Hey everybody, it's Eric and Angel from the beaches of Mexico. Hola! We are so excited to bring you, this is our first ever launch of our
Breakthrough Power Boost.
Breakthrough Power Boost. What is that? Why are we doing that? I'll tell you what, we've seen such tremendous growth in Experience Pros for the last, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
We've been on the radio now 7 or 8 years, 7.5 years, 1,900 episodes of the Experience Pros radio show. Hundreds of members have come through, dozens and dozens of advertisers.
Yep.
And we see a lot of common factors of what business owners need throughout their business. And when we first started out as business consultants and working in customer service, we were customizing everything that we were doing for our clients, and it didn't take too long before we realized
some patterns starting to develop.
A lot of patterns starting to develop, and so often, and so this is probably bad news and good news, right? It's we're not unique. And what we're dealing with, other business owners have dealt with.
Sure.
Other entrepreneurs have gone through this. So we're not alone, we're not unique, and there are answers and there's help out there and resources out there to break through and to get through the next levels in our businesses.
We've even seen some patterns in the areas of help that are available. You know, when we started doing a radio show, Angel, there were very few people doing radio shows.
Right.
Now there are a lot of people doing radio shows or podcasts.
Podcasts, right?
When we started, going into some training type of things, there were very few trainers. There were consultants, but not so much the training side of things. Now, lots of trainers out there. Well, one of the things that we've now established and seen a pattern on is there are a lot of people out there who are talking about the 6 inches between your ears, and rather than just doing the same thing that they're doing, we want to put the Experience Pros spin on it, and that is that we're going to help you not only identify the problems that are preventing you from breaking free to the next side, but then give you the tools in the same half hour.
Yeah. So here's what it's going to look like. We've got a team of people to come to you every single week.
Yep.
It's an Experience Pros member benefit. So if you're not yet an Experience Pros member, or somebody would make a great Experience Pros member, click on over to our website, experiencepros.com. Right on top, there's a free trial button. Click on that for your free trial. No credit card required.
Nothing, no commitment whatsoever. We'll show you the value in the first 30 days guaranteed, or we'll part friends.
All right, and that means you'll get 4 of these weekly power boosts in that first 30-day trial. It's going to be a weekly event, 30 minutes to get you in, get you out, get you motivated, clear the head trash. We're going to do it on Mondays to kickstart your week. I know one of the things that as an entrepreneur, and what I do is I spend my weekend recharging, refueling, and re-energizing so that I get to start my week strong. I know a lot of people think of Mondays and they dread Mondays and, oh my gosh, I got to go back to work, but we're going to make sure
there are memes made for Mondays.
There are a lot of memes made for Mondays.
Yeah.
We're going to get you on the right track, kickstarting your week every single week. Good morning, Don Graham. So glad that you could join us.
Absolutely. We're also working in collaboration with some people you may know, and we're going to, over the time, as we roll these things out, you're going to recognize some pretty cool names. But I want to give a shout out to our friends, the Hansbergers, Eric and Raquel Hansberger. Eric predominantly has spent a lot of time with us chatting about the structure of this. He's got a team of hundreds of folks that he leads every single week. And so he's been a lot of inspiration and collaboration with us.
Right, so we're big collaborators.
You bet.
We're gonna bring you hot topics, hot people, everything that we can do to help you grow your business. That's our heart, is to serve you and to help you grow, to break through the challenges, get over the hurdles, make you visible, get you in front of the right people, and to take your business wherever it wants to go next. But here's some of the things, and so we're gonna kick off our topic today, and here's the number one struggle that we're going to face off with. You're lazy. I know, that's kind of harsh.
It is harsh, but let's be honest. You know the old saying, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. And it's so true. The opposite of that is that the definition of insanity is expecting a different outcome from doing the same thing. And if we are honest with each other, each,
and honest with ourselves.
especially honest with ourselves. This is not for us to say you're lazy. It's for us to acknowledge that we are lazy. As a human species, we tend to go for the path of least resistance.
Okay, so this is live here in Mexico. Look, there's a crab.
There is a
There's
crab.
a crab, like walking along right there.
All right.
All right.
You will
Sorry.
see me not be lazy if the crab crawls over my way, because that's nothing more than an ocean spider.
No, it's cute. It's like this big.
Uh-huh.
And Eric's right. As a society, we tend to go for the path of least resistance.
Right.
We, if there's an easy way, we're gonna take it. If there's a shortcut, we're gonna jump on it. And in many cases, that's just smart.
Of course.
Right? You don't want to recreate the wheel. You don't want to do the hard thing. And if there's an easier way. But on the same breath of taking the easy way out, we're also really easy on ourselves.
That's right.
As well.
You know, I had a mentor years and years ago when I was a magician, and he says there's a few things in life that there are no substitutes for. There's no substitute when you're a public speaker, no substitute for being on the stage and actually doing it. You've got to get that credit in.
Right? You can't
Shortcut
just
your way.
rehearse your way.
Nope.
You can't shortcut your way. You can't just read about it and watch it.
There's no shortcut whatsoever for the hard work that it takes. You know the old saying, we've said it over the radio show as well, that says an overnight success takes 10 years, right?
Yes.
There's no shortcut to that. The exceptions are rare. When you win the lottery, that's one thing. But aside from that, we all have to take the journey of from here to there. We've got to be active in our business. And that action is what we're going to focus in on today. Because really, it's not so much the action that we're concerned about, it's the inaction.
It's the inaction that is happening every day, every week, every month, every quarter. And think about this. You do a quick little assessment just for you and your business and where you were 1 year ago, where you were 3 years ago. Is this where you thought you'd be today, the end of April 2017? Was this the goal where your business is at right now? With what your financials look like, with the size of your company, the office you're officing in, what your day structure looks like. Is this what you thought? Is this what you've been working for today? Look around you. Where are you? What do your surroundings look like? What's on your to-do list today? What are the meetings you're having today?
Right.
Was this the goal?
Or did you go to a conference? Did you read a book? Did you listen to an inspirational tape? See, I'm getting old. Inspirational MP3. Did you get inspired for the moment? Yes! And then
And even sign up.
a year later,
Sign up for the program
Right.
even. And not do it.
Yeah.
It's still sitting on the shelf.
we
The
see
notes
it
are there.
every day. We had somebody talk to us recently who says, I signed up for that $1,500 thing just a few months ago, and I have not yet taken it out of the box.
Here's the thing. No stones here.
No,
No stones. And we're not pointing fingers, not casting blame, no guilt.
but it's a pattern.
We're all there. We've all been there. We've all done it. We've all signed up for something. We've all said we'd do something.
Right.
And then Monday comes, or the weather changes. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm too tired. I've got too much energy. Whatever the thing is, there's laundry to do. I've got to check out Facebook. I've got to, whatever the thing is, we make excuses and we buy into the lie that I can do that later.
Right.
The lie of time. And here's the thing, nobody knows. Nobody knows what tomorrow holds.
It's true.
And what other opportunities are going to come down the pike. Today with what you have, today with the opportunities, the things you've already signed up for, the things you've already said yes to, that your business is already on path to, how many, and because it's a Monday, I remember a meme, it says, how many Mondays have you said you would start that thing? How many Mondays have passed?
Right.
How many weeks do you have to keep putting that on your to-do list and saying, yeah, I'll get there. I'll do that later, someday, but not today. Why not today?
Because you're lazy. That's why. And again, we're not throwing stones. Honest to goodness, in a little while, we're going to tell you our story of how we were lazy and how we overcame it. Listen, I think it's an important thing, Angel, to not only be honest one with another and then with ourselves in the mirror, but I also think it's important to when we identify a problem, to identify a solution.
Always.
When I had, I was a manager of a nonprofit organization, and I invited people always to come into my office and say, you know, I've got a problem. The door is always open. But if you're going to bring that problem, also come with at least one, maybe two solutions. We don't have to use those solutions if they're not practical, but we have to start thinking about it. And that's what we're going to do here today.
Right? We can't just stay. So we know, we've been there, we see it, we do it ourselves.
Sure.
Darren Hardy talks a lot about athletes who, when they're in their prime, right, they're in the gym early, they're practicing, they're doing they're doing it, and they're in their prime, they're eating right, everything is so focused on winning the prize and whatever that goal is for them, and their entire life reflects that. And then he gives examples of 20 years after the fact, and they've gotten a little lazy.
Yep.
And so here's the thing: we're all kind of lazy. We've all done that. We've all been there. Eric and I had a year where we had kind of reached what we thought was the pinnacle. We caught the big fish.
That's for
when
sure.
it comes to business, right? We landed the big one, that corporate account, that big account, biggest deal we had ever executed. And it set us up. It set us up in business, and we thought, score.
We made payroll.
Oh, that's a good one.
We made the office space. We increased our office space.
We hired people.
Absolutely. We did all the things that you do when you've got you're flush with what we thought was the pinnacle of success. The thing we didn't do, which we should have done from the very beginning.
From the very beginning, because as soon as we got that piece in place and the money looked right and all of this, but we had all of our eggs in one basket.
Our work ethic slowed down.
Right.
It didn't stop altogether, but we stopped going after new advertising. Didn't need them.
Didn't need new advertising.
Right?
Like, we weren't hungry.
No.
You know how you get when you're hungry? Like, I need it. This is my goal, and I've got to get it. So we got into a place where business was pretty good. Hired,
Business
payroll,
was
like all of that.
spectacular.
Right? And so we didn't have to. Didn't have that fire in our belly
Right.
to go out and get new clients, to add to multiple baskets and multiple revenue streams, and to have our business diversified.
So let me ask you right now, before we finish our story, how many of you are right there right now? How many of you are feeling pretty good about where you're at right now? You're comfortable. You don't have to stretch. You don't have to dig deep. And are you where you wanted to be a year ago? There's the question right there. Take a minute to think about that and marinate on it for just a minute. Because, honest to goodness, if we had had the chance to get another one of those big fish, we'd have taken it again.
We would have made the same mistake.
Right?
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
Right? I remember somebody saying it's not any harder to land that bigger client than it is to land a lower paying client. Like, sales process is pretty much the same. And so, but here's the thing: when you land those big clients and you think, that's all I need, I just need 2 or 3 big clients to kind of balance it out, and I can manage that. Think about it. If you only had 2 or 3 clients or a handful of clients, you'd take long lunches, you'd take Fridays off.
You could take the rest of the year off if they go away. You could shut the whole thing down.
So we lost this big client. They started their own media company.
Right.
And built their own studio. We knew that was coming down the pipe.
Totally knew it was coming.
That was a part of the story, and we were kind of a training ground for them.
The surprise was it happened 9 months early.
Much earlier than we thought, with really no warning. So here we are at a place where there's a sucking sound of revenue sucking out of our business. We didn't have it backfilled. We didn't have anything in the coffers. We didn't have anybody in our pipeline because we had not been out prospecting, networking, selling. We were lazy. We were lazy, and we had one of those just pinnacle moments. Draw a line in the sand, because either this whole thing can shut down now because there's nothing left because we didn't backfill it, or lock arms
and we're doing this thing together
and we get her done.
And we did. It took a long time. Nobody snapped their fingers and a magic bullet happened. But we decided on one day that will always be in our memory that we agreed to work together to find the common solution. And in finding the common solution and working together, get as spiritual as you want, where two or more are gathered, right? It's a strong bond. It's a strong connection. If you've got mutual help, you can do it. Some of you are solopreneurs and you don't have somebody like Angel and I as partners to go do that. We'll partner with you. We'd love to. That's why we built Experience Pros. It's why we have all these other things that are out there. If you are feeling the angst of not being where you wanted to be 1 year ago, then let's redouble our efforts. The people who watch this and then participate in this Breakthrough Power Boost from now on will be our members. Whether they are a free trial member or a full member is up to you. But we'll partner with you because, honest to goodness, Angel, it wasn't what we did or didn't do. It was where we were at here.
It was all in our head.
Yep.
And it is. It's the biggest challenge is in our heads. Are we all in, or are we wishy-washy, or are we lazy? And you've got to know you've got the right resources. You've got every tool, everything that you need to get to where you want to go. You've got it available to you. But we've got to get it in our heads. And so that's what we're going to do every single week. We're going to talk about what's in our heads, get that out of our way so that we aren't being held back, not even a little bit. And so let's commit. First of all, think about the area that you're lazy. We all know where it is. Okay? We all say, I'm giving it 100%. No, you're not. In most cases, we're not, right? Eric and I, when we do workshops in front of live audiences, we have a little example where we say, okay, everybody raise your hand. Raise your hand as high as you can put it. So play with us. Raise your hand just as high as you can go. Got it up there?
You can't see it in the video, but it's up there.
It's up there. Okay. Now, raise it just a little higher. See? We all did. We had a little bit more in us.
Yep.
We buy into the lie that we're doing everything we can. We've tried everything. We've done everything. We've done blah, 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 blah. Whatever the thing is, there's more in you. And when you tap into that little extra more, sky's the limit.
That's right.
There is nothing that you can't achieve. And we're going to do this. We're going to do it together. And no embarrassment, no guilt. We've all been there. So if you want to put in the comments, this is the thing that I'm lazy with. This is the thing that I know I've got it in me for greatness in this area, and I've just been putting it off, or I've just been waiting for the right time, or whatever the excuse is. I've been hoping for a group of people. I've been hoping for accountability. Whatever that is, put that in the comments. This is a safe place. Think about the kind of people that are going to be watching a Breakthrough Power Boost.
Right.
People just like us.
And when you put it in the comments, you're actually taking the first step to making a difference. And everyone that we know who is in the business of helping people not just change business but change lives says there needs to be an accountability. And so take that step. It's a brave step, but take that step. Put it in the comments. I've been lazy about. And you can keep it as general or specific as you want. The more specific you get, the more results you'll see. We see that to be true also. But let us partner with you, holding you accountable, you holding us accountable. We told you our story. We decided on literally fumes in our business to no longer be lazy. That was 2012. We're so grateful that somebody cared enough about us to put into us what we're now giving back to you.
Right? We're going to give this back to you every single week. So once you've identified this is the area that I'm lazy in, right? You start to work on that in your head. Recognize it, say it out loud, put it out there as that first step of draw the line in the sand that was yesterday. And today is a new day, and we're going forward from here. And then commit 100% all in. If you don't go 100% all in, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do more. Well, how much more? And does that count on a Wednesday? Does that count when the Rockies have their opening day? Will you still do more on that day? You've got to commit to the activity and the mindset that I'm going to be 100% all in. I'm not going to kind of eat healthier or kind of make more sales calls or kind of build my business.
I have been lazy about picking up the phone and not making those sales calls. I have been lazy about the fact that I pass the healthy food section and go to the end caps.
I've been lazy about the follow-up phone calls. I've been lazy about reaching out to people in my pipeline. I've been lazy about showing up to events that I know will help me grow my business, to conferences that I know will help me grow my business.
To building the relationships that will absolutely help me build my business and allow me to help others build theirs. You see, your presence has a value.
It does. And what you bring to the table helps others grow. Think about when you show up and the other people that are there, the energy you get from them, it goes both ways.
That's right.
So show up. Make sure that you're a part of the Experience Pros Network. We have so many fun things set up for you, and they're all designed to help you succeed. It's not another thing on your to-do list. It's not a waste of time. It's not just busy work. It's all very intentional to help you grow your business, put your brand in front of the right people, to create that word of mouth out there, to become your sales ambassadors out in that community, to outdo your sales team. And it's all built in, and it's all right here.
All right, so we're going to challenge you to do this. The homework, if you will, today is to find somebody to invite them to our 30-day trial. And here's why. Because the people who are watching this are likely already members of ours. This one's done by way of the Public Experience Pros page. So if you're not a member, you're welcome. And please join our membership. Give us 30 days to prove this and to demonstrate the value. And here's why we invite you to do that. Let's just say we've got 150 members, and half of them invite one member, just one member, right, to jump in. One business person that you go network with, you know, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's your cousin, whatever. And you invite them. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in Colorado. It doesn't have to be in the U.S. Just invite them to join Experience Pros on that 30-day trial. We're not going to ask for a credit card, do any of that stuff. Then imagine what our next meeting will be like. When, if 150, half of them do it, that's 75. And if only half of them decide to sign up, that's 37, 38? It'll be a big group. And that big group's going to help each other be better, and we'll do it every week.
We will do it every week. Make sure you connect. If somebody posts what they've been lazy about, show them some love. Show them that they're in a safe place. I've dealt with that too. Make sure that we're creating this incredible tight community of support. So it's not just us to you guys, but it's you guys helping each other as well. So if somebody does share a comment, show them some love, show them some support, and let them know that you're right there, you've dealt with that, and we'll do this together.
If somebody asked you for help, wouldn't you help them?
Absolutely.
All right, gang. We hope that this has been valuable. Next Monday we'll do this. We're going to have a collaboration with Eric Hunsberger. We're going to have some cool guests on with their stories of whatever the topic of the day is. Please let us know if this has been valuable to you. This has been your Breakthrough Power Boost #1, live from Cancun.